Good evening, Jeffrey Combs. It is Wednesday night, Facebook Live, a very productive day in the GMS studios, and a lot of service and value is contributed today to people's lives. Good to be here with you on Wednesday night, Facebook Live. And if you're here with me live, then you have made it through the Facebook algorithm. And I have been shadow banned for years, and I'm glad that you are here with me on Wednesday night Facebook Live. Content tonight will be gold. So if you get a chance, follow Profit School TV. Tommy is my friend on Instagram, and he takes some of my Facebook Live posts and then he edits them and puts them on Instagram around a TV screen. It's very unique, and he took content from last night's. He told me that the content from last night was some of his favorite content. That was on forgiveness. So tonight, as I said, the content will be this right here, gold, because the content is improving your dialogue with money. This is numismatic money, lawful legal tender, that is called Walking Liberty, and that is an Augustus St. Gaudens. It has 13 stars on the rim of the coin. Now, many people have been led to believe that's for the 13 states in the United States of America. In reality, it also represents the 13 fallen angels. It's very deep, and money is a very unique topic, and it affects a large percent of the population because they do not have skills with money. What they have is money panic. And if you live in a money panic, then you will be worried about money. Money doesn't worry about you. It's important that you have a dialogue with money that's conducive to the creation of it. So when you tell yourself that you're working really hard on your business, well, first of all, that is sweat equity and that is force. And you don't work in a business, you produce results, and you do it primarily from the comfort of your home, or if you own a gym or another business, wherever it is. But your business is your lifeblood, and your business is free enterprise, and you can attract and or create what the free market will bear. I coached a man today. He owns multiple restaurants on Bar Harbor Island in Maine, and if you've ever been that area, that's lobster country, and they serve the famous lobster rolls. It's in a bun with lobster, lemon, and butter. It's one of their famous dishes. He told me today that he was $500,000 in debt after the first 5 years of his business, and he didn't have enough seats, and he originally had 42 seats. Now he has 300. He serves 300 people. He has 4 restaurants, a multi-million-dollar home in Costa Rica. He's also a home builder, general contractor, and he rents golf carts on this island. He has over 200 golf carts that he rents for the state park in the state of Maine, Bar Harbor Island, if you want to look it up. And he has been an entrepreneur all of his life like me, and he's been through many ups and downs like me, and he's in the state of his life where he's flowing. So if you own a business and you're a first-time business owner or it's relatively new, your commitment is to stay in the business long enough to cross that bridge, or your second-time business, and you want to stay in the business long enough till you master lead generation. And you should have you should be in this place called signal and noise. Signal is the signal that you're sending is that you're good enough. The signal that you're sending is that you're open for business. And you should have 3 activities that you produce a day. So for me, it's service and value to my clients, lead generation, and then creating the money. The noise is the drama, trauma. That's the overwhelmed feelings. And that's what keeps you from creating this. Procrastination and avoidance keep you from creating this. And it's one of the most difficult aspects of business is where do you create your leads, your lead pool, your lead generation, your lead funnel. I mean, it is a situation that I myself am constantly in a state of reinventing, figuring out. I just brought on a new employee. You'll see him, Jeffrey Feldman. He's a rock star internet marketer. I've coveted him for years. I was able to persuade him to join me for 6 months. Even today, he just told me he just gave me a bid for a new computer system with double screens. We require 2 screens for him to operate. We're going to eliminate Mac. We go back to PC. And he came in, he's only been here 7 days, and we're already implementing this so that we have a lead funnel, a lead system, because that is the lifeblood of this right here, the money. And you must have more leads than you have time. Now, here's a book. I read this book in the late 80s and early 90s, Money is My Friend. I then eventually bought the rights to the book in 2001. I added 3 chapters to it, and I will be selling 2 copies of this. There's only 2 copies on the internet. I went out and bought both of them. I sold 10,000 units of that book between 2002 and 2015. And I had 2 different versions of it. I went out and bought 2 used books, and I will be selling them at my Millionaire Blueprint event this Friday and Saturday. And that the money is my friend. So that's the dialogue with money. So the affirmation I have for tonight's Facebook Live is money flows to me easily and effortlessly. It may not be the case right now, but that is the affirmation. That is the word is law that you speak into existence, that you are finding a way that money shows up. And it shows up through people, from service and value, and the skills that you have in free enterprise as an entrepreneur in a relaxed body. And it's important you live in that relaxed body and you don't get discouraged. And if you've ever owned a business, there are challenges to the business, but it doesn't get any easier when you're disappointed, frustrated, and in panic over your inability to create the money at whatever point that is in your career. And the more that you understand that you have the ability through your creativity and your innovation, through your ability to communicate and connect, through your ability to write content, attract people to you. Your responsibility is to attract people to you, have a product and service benefit and feature you can bill them for. That's correct. That's what I said, bill them for. That's your purpose, is to have a product, service, benefit, and feature that you have a value proposition that people see the value and they purchase it from you because they feel good about being in business with you. If you're not skilled at receiving or deserving, it will show up and you will sabotage yourself. I dined out last Friday night. I tipped a waitress $100 and she told me it was too much. I mean, this happens frequently. I'll tip someone and they go, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" That is her inability to receive. A tip is to ensure promptness. A gratuity comes from gratitude. Generosity comes from generos, the Latin term. So in showing generosity, her standard, her law of the lid was so low that it was not comfortable for her to accept a tip that big. That's showcasing her own dialogue with money. It's the same with a compliment. When you offer someone a compliment and their deserve issues are exposed, they will say, "Why would you say that about me?" Now they're putting you in a position to validate, justify, and explain your compliment. They're taking your compliment away because of their own uncomfortability with receiving. Money requires receiving skills, deserving skills. The word deserve in Latin is da servie, meaning day of service. And you get compensated for your service and your value. But if you don't deem yourself valuable, then you're unvaluable. And so then that's the mixed message that you're transmuting your feelings from. And it requires self-esteem to be able to be in business because you're going to be self-employed, self-inspired. And it's your responsibility to be able to bring that value and that service 6 or 7 days a week to the free market. And you're letting go of your doubt because doubt robs you of your consciousness. Doubt takes you out of consciousness, brings you down into anger, hate, resentment, abandonment, rejection, overwhelmed feelings, grief, apathy, and pride. When the objective from the term prosperity is to have a flow of people, a flow of leads, a flow of money that flows to you. Prospero, prosperity in the flow. So thank you for being on tonight's Facebook Live. The affirmation for tonight is money flows to me easily and effortlessly in a relaxed body. That is a prospermation, a money affirmation. Go ahead and write out some of your own affirmations tonight. My dialogue with money is improving. I attract to my reality frequently quality, like-minded clients, customers, success seekers that I can partner with in free enterprise. Rachel said, "I used to never be able to accept compliments." That's understandable. That is an epidemic that affects a large percent of the population in the world. So if you've ever complimented someone and they become uncomfortable, they go into fight or flight, and they'll even ask you why you are saying this about them, not even knowing that they're absolutely sabotaging the compliment you just gave them. It's just like I said, I've tipped many people over the course of my dining experiences, and I consider myself an exceptional tipper. And I've seen many people become extremely uncomfortable. Now, I waited tables in 5-star restaurants. I cooked tableside in Italian restaurants in Kansas City, in top tier restaurants, like top of the tier, 5- and 6-star restaurants, French service. And I expected $100 tips in the 80s. And because that was my law of expectation, it happened frequently from multiple celebrities. Stan Musial, the Hall of Fame baseball player. Ed Podolak, played for the Kansas City Chiefs for 10 years. Lynn Dawson, Hall of Fame quarterback. Mitzi Gaynor, Juliet Prowse, women who danced on Broadway. Multiple celebrities and stars. I waited on Nancy Sinatra in Beverly Hills. Sean Penn, and the woman who played Catwoman, Julie Newmar. I waited on her several times in a Beverly Hills, or actually a Century City restaurant back in the day. Sean Penn early in his career, back in the day. Janet Jackson back in the day. I've waited on multiple celebrities. I've also sat in the airplane in first class next to multiple celebrities and had conversations with them. And I didn't perceive myself to be uncomfortable, because this is when you are good enough, you can converse with anyone. When you doubt yourself, you take yourself out of conversations. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly in a relaxed body. This content tonight is gold. Have an outstanding evening.